All right, man. Social Talk, you know what it is, man. How y'all doing? Ah, man, how y'all doing? Hope everybody's good. Oh, man, something on my lip, man. That's a shadow. I don't know, man. I don't know what that is. I mean, that ain't nothing. It's just the shadow look like it. All right, well, it's like, all right, man. So look, man. All right, so today's episode, Akademiks calls out Rory and Maul. And I want to talk about what Rory has said. I think that he's doing this on purpose, and I don't like what he's doing, and I got a lot to say about it. You know what I'm saying? So before we get into that, Legendary Spill, this is Torch Luck. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know to find the ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description or right here on the screen, Cash App, no more PayPal. They call me the Hidden Gem, 1,300 subscribers, over 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,000. And yes, I am the King of the North. Let me know what kingdom you are from. Thank y'all for joining the live last night. I appreciate y'all. I'll be doing some more lives eventually. You know what I'm saying? I was going to do it every week, but I think I've decided to switch it up because I want to surprise people, keep people on their toes. So look, man, go subscribe to Torch Talk After Hours too. Look, so we're gonna get to it, man. Let's do it, man. All right, this comes courtesy of my humble opinion. Shout out to him. Make sure y'all go subscribe. Let's get it.
I've been telling y'all that a Rico case was coming with radio.
Right.
We just skipped over that.
No, I mean you didn't really want to speak on it.
Now.
You didn't really. You alluded to it. You kind of flirted with it, but we didn't really go into it.
I wanted to wait for the full report to actually come out.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a long day for some of you guys.
How long of a day?
I got a glance at some of that paperwork. There's some crazy fucking names in there.
It is.
How did you get a glance at the paperwork? How you, Rory, get a glance of the paperwork? Who showed you the paperwork of a Rico case coming for radio stations? How did you get a glance of it? Because if you got a glance of it, that must mean that it's an actual case and people know about it. So who showed you? Because if it's a federal case and you're on record saying that you had got a glance of the paperwork, that either means that you're involved or you know somebody that's feeding you information that don't supposed to be feeding you information. So I need to understand how the hell you get a glance at the paperwork. Because if you're telling me this, I think you're lying. I think you're lying, 100% lying. I don't think that you're telling the truth about this. Because if you got a glance at the paperwork and you saying you got a glance of it and you read some of it, not a glance, you read some of it. And you seen some people's names on there. How did you do that? Who showed you this?
Like, I know a lot of y'all government names now. I felt like Whack 100. Like, I was having a paperwork party. I was like, they was in on it too?
Yeah, see, okay, I understand getting paperwork after a case has maybe been filed, but how do you get Rico paperwork for something this big? Like, this would be on a government level, you would think, right? I don't know for sure, but you would think, talking about radio stations, and that's pretty high level stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm a little incredulous at this point. I could be wrong. And when it come out, and if it happened, if he's right, he's right. I always tell you, I reserve my right.
Here's the thing. See, this is what we call a manipulative tactic or media playing games. Like, we don't know, right? Because nobody knows. So what he's saying, he has to his audience, it has to be true because number one, they don't go look up for nothing, right? Number two, a lot of people are not going to challenge him. And number three, How would you know if he really didn't see it? Now, if you don't really know, you would just say, yeah, it's true. You know what I'm saying? Everybody would just say, yeah, it's true. And then when it comes out, he could say, I told you. But I could sit here and tell you that I seen Jesus Christ walk across the street yesterday, right? And you say, get out of here. You ain't see no Jesus Christ walking across the street. Nah, he coming back, bro. He coming back. After I done heard 100 other people telling me that he's coming back. So I'm saying, yeah, I seen Jesus Christ walk across the street yesterday, right? Then he comes back. Now, even though I lied, now it looks like I told the truth because I just made up something that you can't prove anyway. You can't prove that I didn't see him. You wasn't there. So you got to take my word for it. That's what he's doing right now. He's saying he's seen people's names, government's names on paperwork. How would you know if that's their government name? If you know that that's their government name, that means that you actually read through it because you would have to see, let's say Funkmaster Flex. You would have to say, oh, Funkmaster Flex. Oh, his name is Jeremy Jenkins. Oh, Ebro. Oh, his name is this. Oh, this. You would have to literally go down the list and read it. So you didn't just take a peek at it. You actually read it. So if you're saying that you read it, I'm asking, how did you get this paperwork? Where did you get it from? Who showed you? Because if you're telling me that the federal government, you're connected somehow to the federal government, I'm not rolling with that. I don't believe nothing he's saying right now. I think he's lying. I think he's just saying that they get a viral moment because if something does come down, he could say, well, I told y'all I seen the paperwork. Like he could say that. Because if it's a Rico case, obviously everybody's going to be involved. Everybody. So if everybody's involved, he can easily just lie about it. I don't think he's seen shit.
Change my mind when it comes to shit. But I'm wondering how Rory got to see it. That's what I'm wondering. You would think if he know, wouldn't that make it easier for the people involved who are going to end up being named in this to know? They could flee, anything like that. I don't know. It just don't make sense. But
the only way that I could see that he would know this is the only way that I can think he would know is if he is involved too. If he is a part of that Rico and he's the only one speaking on it, that's the only way that I can see that he knows this. But if that's the case, then he would know, Maul would know. Maybe Maul just playing it off. But I'm saying that if he knows something like this, obviously he's a part of it. Who would show you this? Come on, man. Cut it out. Cut it out.
And wait, that's his real name?
But what does this mean though? Like for music?
I mean, I think it's not just with the radio companies. Obviously, iHeart, which we're on, being one of the biggest conglomerates of all time. I can speak for myself. I've definitely taken Payola. So, I mean, we may end up being in this case as well. Like all our opinions up.
Unless he's joking right now. Unless he's joking, what did I just tell y'all? Right before he said that. What did I just tell y'all? What did I just tell y'all? That's the only way I can see that he would know. Because he would be involved and then contact him. But why? But how is it that they contacted him, but nobody else is saying anything and he's the only one openly saying it? I don't believe this.
Here are bought. They pay us for them, which is directly funneled through iHeart, so we can get a tax break. So we will probably be on that stand as well. Cuffed to DJ. Never mind.
No, get into your bag. Don't say never mind now. You there. Don't walk it back.
Just bleep the name.
Just go.
Did he just say DJ Head?
Cuffed to DJ.
Envy or Head? Let me see.
So we will probably be on that stand as well. Cuffed to DJ.
I don't know. It's hard.
It looked like he said DJ Envy. I don't think he said DJ Head. Let me see. Say it again.
Envy or head? Let me see.
So we will probably be on that stand as well. Cuffed to DJ.
Yeah, he said envy.
I don't know. It's hard to tell. I'm trying to read his lips. It almost seemed like he said DJ.
Yeah, he said envy. He said envy. I can read lips a little bit. He said it looked like he said envy. If you look at it, y'all can look at it over and over again. It looked like he said cuff the DJ envy. It looked like he said that.
Head, but then it seemed like there was an extra V at the end of it. I don't know. Either way, I feel like he might be. He's probably being facetious right now. I don't think he's being serious, but
Never mind.
No, get into your bag. Don't say never mind now. You there? Don't walk it back.
Just bleep the name. Just go. I'm joking. I'm not here to indict anyone, but yes, the Rico, from my understanding, is labels not only just doing payola, which for those people that don't know, payola is when companies or people will pay DJs or radio executives, or they can pay the janitor at the radio station, give them money so that someone can play a record. Now, payola's been around since the inception of radio. That's why it's illegal, because they had to monitor it. We've known that's been going on. The bigger part of this Radio Rico shit is the money laundering portion of it, which is an extreme version of what payola would be. Funneling a bunch of money into radio so a record can continue to play, yes, payola. But then when the radio station is setting the price higher than anyone else to funnel it back to the label, now you are by definition laundering money.
Right.
You're putting money out, it's getting clean, no taxes there, and then it's coming back to you as a profit.
Yeah.
My thing is like, I guess that's what the investigation is for. But how do you know that they're money laundering? Maybe, I know he's probably not saying that, he's just explaining what it is, but that has nothing to do with Drake though, and his whole thing with UMG. That has nothing to do with that. This is a totally different thing. And this just doesn't apply to Drake if that's the case. Like this something totally different.
That is money laundering.
Absolutely.
So yeah, this isn't just low like, yo, a DJ, some guy from East New York was hanging outside the Hot 97 office with a brown paper bag and was like, yo, my man's rap. Here's 20K.
No, this is not.
It's not Hove, Dame, and your brother giving Flex champagne baskets or everyone at the radio station.
Right.
It's not labels paying for DJ crews to go to the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. This is legitimately a Rico money laundering situation between the three major labels and the biggest radio conglomerate in the world, plus MS, plus any other radio station across the country.
Right.
And so he's saying that it's money laundering when he say the biggest radio conglomerate in the world, which would be iHeart, right? So he's saying that iHeart and the three record labels, the three head of the record labels, UMG, Sony, or whoever else, they're money laundering with each other through payola or through streams or whatever. I'm trying to understand what he's saying. If that's what it is.
Guys, iHeart, I know you're watching. I think you're innocent.
Okay. Well, we gonna see.
I think iHeart's trying to buy NBC, something along those lines. iHeart, I'm here to stand with you. I don't think you guys are guilty. I could never see a world where Universal, Warner, or Sony would ever be in bed with iHeartMedia. I don't see a world where that happens.
Well, of course he's gonna say that. Yeah.
Well, he's being sarcastic right now. He's being sarcastic right now by saying that. I think he's being sarcastic because I think he's right. He is doing that because, of course, he will say that. But I also believe he's being sarcastic because I think that he's just saying that because he has to put that on record.
You know what I mean? If he on their platform, but I guess that would be kind of crazy. Now, just listening to this, and this isn't the first time I heard this. This is way beyond any artist, right? This is beyond that. But also, this still, if we bring it back down to the micro, we ain't gonna look at it from a macro perspective, just to the micro, we know that if they're doing this, or had they been doing this, who's going to benefit the most, right? The biggest artist. Who's one of the biggest artists? Drake. So, I mean, they by default, you got to think, if this is true and there's some paperwork that starts coming out and they're naming people, like, eventually we'll see what artists probably benefited from these schemes, right?
So just to have fun here, based on something I said. So, do you understand the red button a little more now?
Oh my goodness, come on, nigga.
Cut it the fuck out, bro. Cut it out. So you're saying that the red button is Drake basically taking down the whole music industry, bro? Y'all really be annoying, bro. Like, some of y'all Drake fans are so annoying, bro. Do we have to go through this? Drake posted the red button right before he dropped Family Matters and saying he was going to push the red button. And everybody thought the red button was him blowing up Kendrick. Now, all of a sudden, you're saying that the red button is him taking down the music industry, going after the music industry. Even though he was one of the people who benefited and participated in the same thing that you saying with the red button is. So he's going to blow it all up when you say the red button. Now, all of a sudden, the war isn't with Kendrick anymore. The red button isn't with Kendrick. The red button is for the music industry. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Drake's lawsuit, I don't see a world where that happens.
So just to have fun here, based on something I said. So, do you understand the red button a little more now?
Yo, Drake fans, y'all got to stop moving the goalposts, bro. So now the red button now is a Rico with all the radio stations in iHeart that they were laundering. But that's the red button now. Remember, the red button was dropped in the midst of a rap battle. Now, if Drake was already planning on snitching if he lost in the middle of a rap battle, that's even worse than sucker shit. That makes
Yes, absolutely. I 100% agree. If he was planning on taking down the music industry if he lost, then I don't know how Maul is even sitting there fixing his mouth to even say that. Like, how could you be cool with a nigga like that when you know that his plot was to take down the music industry off of a rap battle? Like, come on, bro.
Look even worse than this. The red button ain't the loss, or the red button ain't all this if this is what happens. So you got nothing to do with that, bro. In the moment, Drake's red button was Family Matters. He thought that would end it all. He thought that would be the nuke, and it wasn't. Now, all of a sudden, this thing done morphed into the lawsuit, this, that, Kendrick proof that he beat on his girl. It done morphed into 1,000 different things, man. This is corny. See, this is the corny shit. Like, come on, Maul. Come on, man. This ain't the red button, bro. The red button shit's over. That shit's dead, man. Can we start with the red button stuff already?
Oh, Drake's lawsuit certainly added to this.
Okay.
Significantly. From my understanding, it was in play already. But with the lawsuit and people having to now show and reveal things because of the lawsuit, it certainly didn't help the labels or iHeart.
So what does this mean, though, for music moving forward? What does this mean for artists? What does this mean?
They'll find a fall guy and everything will be business as usual, and they'll find a new way to do it.
Right.
It's like any other business. I'm not even mad at the labels or radio. This goes on in any genre, business, shit. If we want to come down on fucking iHeart Media and Universal based off paying for some songs, go down to Wall Street and see what they do at Chase Bank. Like,
right.
Somebody's going to be a fault. They're going to find one person.
It's nothing new.
There's not going to be a settlement here. I just think the feds, which is ironic because there's so much going on in the world, I think the feds are kind of fucking bored and are just running wild with Rico. And
the feds are bored.
Yeah.
That's interesting. With so much going on.
Yeah. Like, listen.
I don't know if I believe anything Rory is saying right now. I think he's just saying anything just to put it out there so he can say he's alluding to things, but I don't know if he actually knows any of this stuff is going to happen. I don't think that Rory is a part of the federal investigation of Rico unless he knows somebody or he's involved. I don't believe nothing Rory's saying right now. I think he's just saying this because it's most likely going to happen, so he want to get in front of it just to say he said it. But I don't believe he's saying it. No.
We were the first people up here to condemn Puff and believe.
All right, so that's it for that one. Now let's get to DJ Akademiks' response to what Rory just said.
This albino boy need to shut his fucking trap. He's capping. Listen, this is why I hate speaking on these things, because, you know, Drake fans want me to give them the narrative that they could repost me a million times. I don't give a fuck if they repost me. I'm just going to be honest with what I think is the truth. The truth is this. This Radio Rico got nothing to do with Drake. Nothing. Okay? Now, has Drake's lawsuit made more eyes look at entities that are either fabricating, forcing, or allowing paid shit? Yes. Okay? But is it because, here's the thing, Drake is one of the most beloved artists that gets the most play historically over the last 15 years on radio. Y'all can't sit here, and I know this is a Drake fans like fallacy here. We can't sit here and say the radio is catching a Rico when the most artists they've played is Drake. So basically, you're hurting your own point by saying they're getting Rico'd. So they got paid to play Drake. No, but you don't believe that, right? So the point is this: they're not doing it for Drake, because Drake, unless Drake's an idiot, he wouldn't want the radio to get Rico'd. And also, his plight isn't with radio; it's with bots, which is streaming. His plight is streaming. His fight is streaming, actually. Not plight, straight. Fight. His fight is with streaming. This idea of a red button, I think, honestly, and with all due respect to everybody involved, Mealy Mall, even with all due respect to my guy, What's the Dirt, I don't think there's a fucking red button. There's no red button to press. Drake is suing his label, and Drake also believed that streaming companies that he helped build are playing games with him at this point.
I agree. I don't think it's no red button. I said this for a minute. Ever since episode 3 dropped and everybody thought that this so-called red button was going to come, yeah. Y'all all living in a fantasy world if y'all believe that Drake is going to come out with a diss track that UMG is going to allow him to promote or put out for him, dissing them. Why would the record label, his own record label, be okay with a diss track about them? Why would they put that out? He could have this diss track, but why would they put that out? Why? And they're like, oh, this is round 2. Round 2 ain't with Kendrick. Round 2 is with the record label. How? How is round 2 with the record label? How does that make sense? Round 2 is with the record labels? Round 2 is with the record label. How? He didn't even win round 1. How do you go to round 2 when you didn't even win? I thought when you play a game, if you don't beat the first boss, how do you get to the second boss? What do you do? If the first boss, you can't go nowhere else. So in that fact, you lost to the first boss. You still got to beat the first boss. How you go to round 2? Or is it, oh, y'all fighting the game in round 2, but the UMG fighter steps in now? Come on, bro. Come on. Ain't no red button. And I'm just going to stand on that. There's no red button, bro. And the thing is, if Drake does something and y'all think it's pretty good, y'all going to say that's the red button. But I'm telling you right now, ain't no goddamn red button.
Well, at least he said it. And we all knew the same shit. The red button was fucking Family Matters. That's it. And then he got desperate and upset and went to the lawsuit. But we talking about the same streaming companies he benefited from. So that's the thing. It's just like, dude, that's why it's one of the reasons why, not just why, but it's just not respectable at all. Because like Akademiks is saying right now, you've been the main beneficiary or one of the main beneficiaries of that system and way of doing business. Nobody's going to respect that now that you just been on a receiving end of being screwed, right?